Alright, folks, whoever's used to the channel, I'm going to go in a different direction with things. If that's going to be an issue, unsubscribe. If not, share, hit little bell, and like it. So today we're looking at the amcrest 8 megapixel PoE outdoor camera. It's a 4mm lens, wide angle. It's a little different than the 2.4mm lens. So we'll open it up, take a peek, and then I'll set it up. So they give you all little guides to go through here. They give you the template that you can drill through and cut your hole, drill your hole through to mount it. This is your weather packed connector for your Ethernet. If you build your own cable, you slide that over and then you put your end on your cable. So that way, if you had a leak in your soffit or wherever you're mounting it, it wouldn't mess up the connector. So here's the screws. Comes with a wrench. So if you have the long screwdriver type, you could just use that if you lose this guy. I've already lost a couple of them. Then you have your camera. So we'll open this guy up. So the reason I like this is we have a unique situation at our place to where our soffits are super low and anybody could come in and mess with your camera if you had the bullet type. So that would not work in my case. So I'm going to loosen this guy up. I'm just going to take the ring off, but you have your mountain ring on here. It's the same for all of this style camera setups, all their bullet cams for amcrest. So this is what it looks like. I usually hold it up and just mark it. You can drill through the holes. I use regular wood or drywall screws. Since our wood is about 2 inches behind our soffit, I use real long screws. Anything that the head would fit down in there. And then I just put amcrest forward, and then that lines it up. Our unique situation is our eaves are really low, and we had to run it at almost a 90 degree. And with the domes and stuff like that, the IR light would blind itself, so the turrets work very well. So I'm going to go set it up on the network and put it outside and compare it to the other model that I have right now. So the first picture we have here is my backyard. This is shot on our normal camera that we run every day. It is the amcrest Ultra 4K 8 megapixel. This is the 2.8mm lens turret cam. So it's similar to the one that I'm reviewing, except for it has the 2.8mm lens instead of the 4mm lens. The pictures aren't exact, but they're close. I really thought that this one had a much wider angle until I actually started using the new 4mm lens one. As you see, it is just as wide, just as clear and crisp, and from my eyes it looks like it's a little better in the low lights with the larger lens. And if you can see, kind of compare the two. I wish I would have lined them up a little better, but yeah, it's crystal clear, really good picture. Both of these pictures were shot on the two different amcrest 4K turret cams, one the 2.8mm and one the 4mm. So they're both shot in 4K, but for the video I had to resize them into 1080 16:9. You can still see how wide the picture is, and you can see how crisp and clear it is. Now we'll go over some of the questions that I've had uh, over the last couple weeks on these cameras. Um, the first question is how it hooks up. It is a PoE camera. Power over Ethernet means it uses a network cable and it uses power over the 2 extra wires on it. It's one cable, plug it in, and away you go. It's been pretty effortless. Um, Another question I had is, does it work with Blue Iris? Yes, it's very simple to work with Blue Iris or one of the amcrest NVRs. Another question that was asked is, does it have built-in storage? And yes, you can use an SD card. Says up to 128 gig. You pull the dome, the main camera part out, take a couple screws out, and there's an SD card slot in. I do have pictures of it disassembled, of the 2.8mm lens model, not this model. Uh, they're pretty similar on the inside. I'll include those pictures, but that's how you'd add an SD card to it.